G'day humans, Chris Stead here. Today I'm reviewing the Tivoli Songbook Bluetooth speaker. So the Tivoli Songbook is this marvellously retro looking device in front of you right here. Now Tivoli are no mugs in the audio space. They're a brand renowned for producing luxury, top-end premium audio experiences. And look, don't let the old school look fool you. This is a premium Bluetooth speaker that's aiming to deliver the latest and greatest music to all parts of your house with this nice portability. However, does it deliver? Look, for its asking price of $649 here in Australia, it certainly would want to. That's putting it against the likes of the Sonos Move and the Ultimate Ears Hyperboom in the market, and it's definitely on an upper end of what you can pay to get a good audio experience. So let's dive in and take a look at some of the features that you can expect when you're putting that type of money into this product. Now, despite the two speaker look, this is a mono device. So one speaker is delivering the music and the other acts like a subwoofer to deepen the bass. And that audio is delivered by 3.5 inch full range driver paired up with a 3.5 inch woofer and two 40 watt amps. Now it's got a lithium ion battery in it and that delivers up to 10 hours of battery, and I did find it did pretty well on the battery stakes. You know, I got through a massive day in the garage just working away with this thing playing the entire time. But it's got fast charging via USB-C in the event that you do run out of battery. Now that portability is obviously added to by the nice big handle I showed you, and it's also got Bluetooth 5.3 support. Now that is not good enough for lossless audio transfer, which is 5.4, but it does have a line in. In fact, it's got a 6.35mm audio jack, so that bigger jack, and that ties into the fact that it also can double as an amp, so a portable amp, so you can plug your guitar into this or your turntable, something like that. And if you've got a converter, you could technically convert it a 3.5 to a 6.35 and then line in a device to maybe get around some of the loss of audio over Bluetooth. Now it's got a 3-band equalizer, so a low, a mid and a high there, and it weighs at about 3 kilograms, so not too bad. Now there is a Songbook Max model that you'll come across as well. Look, I haven't tested this. I do hope I get the chance to, because it's bigger and it's heavier and it costs more at $899, but it does up the game with the audio. So it moves to a 4-inch subwoofer, a 4-inch mid-range driver, a 0.75-inch tweeter, and two 50-watt amps. Now it also adds in an FM radio and a digital audio functionality with a tuning knob and 5 audio radio presets, radio scan, and has a built-in preamp as well. So for that extra $250 you do get a fair bit more, but that's getting really quite expensive for a Bluetooth speaker. So I'd like to talk about the sound experience first, because I'm not over the moon about it, not at $649 Australian prices that is. And you know, when I first started listening to it, I was really a little bit taken back by the fact that it's mono, and it's just been so long since I listened to a speaker that kind of behaves in that way. So when you're standing close to it or in front of it, you can distinctly notice that the sound is coming from this side, it's coming from this speaker, and that there's kind of bass coming out of this speaker, and it's really noticeable at first. Once you kind of move away from it, if you're just kind of doing stuff around the house, you don't pick up on that, but straight away I kind of did pick up on that. Now with the bass, I thought that was okay. That kind of lower end sounds fine. It's not about to, you know, get the neighbors upset, but it sounds fine. But as soon as you start pushing up the bandwidth there, up the spectrum, as soon as you start pushing up towards, you know, the mids and the lows, it really starts to get a little muddled. It starts to kind of blend in together, get a bit heavy. It actually sounds really retro. So in fact, I found it actually sounded a lot better listening to older music. So when I started, you know, going back to music from the 70s, kind of that pre-digital stuff, where there's a little bit more, it's less laid, it's less multi-textured, it's less distinct with its kind of, you know, electronic inputs and digital inputs. It's not mixed like they are nowadays. That kind of didn't become as obvious. However, with most of the modern music that I was listening to, it just became a little bit muddled, you know, and it kind of put me off. So I didn't think that it sounded terrible. In fact, I listened to this for quite a while, happily, just tinkering away and doing things. However, the reality is that the sound quality is below what I expected for a $649 device overall. Yeah, it's kind of like listening to, you know, an old record to a certain extent, or radio that's it doesn't have that kind of clarity. Which leaves you with the design. That's what you're kind of paying for, this cool look, this nice retro feel. And in this variant, and there's a green variant as well, you know, they're both going to be a feature inside your house. There's no doubting it looks cool. I love all the analog features. I love the knobs. I love these cool old switches. It reminds me of my dad's old amp. And you know, being able to have the equalizer there and just be able to, you know, move it up and down and just have that kind of tactile experience and this retro look to it, while still being able to just pair your modern day mobile phone to it and just off you go. So that kind of design is really kind of the bulk of what you're paying for. And then also on top of that, the portability. So the fact that you can just lift it up with this neat little handle, take it wherever you want to go, use it as a portable amp. If you want to do some busking or go to a friend's house and just muck around on some turntables, whatever it happens to be. You got that kind of functionality in there as well, and a decent battery life to go with it. But that is what you're paying for in the money. You're paying for that cool, that portable cool that you can take with you, and that feature in your house. More so, that, in my opinion anyway, than you're paying for that premium audio experience. So at the end of the day, with the Tivoli Songbook, you need to know what you're buying it for. And if you're buying it because you want that retro look and feel, that's great. But if you're buying it because you want a really crisp, modern Bluetooth speaker audio experience, then it underwhelms. I think if you want it because it's going to look great in your house, you love the portability concept that it's got going on, and you're intending to mostly use it to listen to radio, either probably through your phone, or potentially just listen to music from yesteryear, then you're probably likely to get away with it. But if you're intending to look at something that's going to offer powerful, crisp, clear, modern music, then you're probably going to want to look elsewhere, I'm afraid. All right, those are my thoughts on the Tivoli Songbook. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you check out my other videos, and until next time, check you later.